This is just an M1 from World War II that was converted into a sniper rifle. Actually, the Germans were the first to discover the technology behind the infrared scope.
During the war, Nazi Germany developed weapons and tools so dangerous and bizarre that many remained classified for years afterward. These objects weren't just about war. Some were designed to scare, some to control, and some were so experimental that even their own scientists thought this might be too much.
In the final months of World War II, Allied forces speed across Germany in a desperate search. Intelligence reports suggest Hitler's Third Reich has a secret weapon that could change the outcome of the war.
And when people who worked for that regime said something was too much, you already know we're stepping into a world of absolute madness. So here's my warning to you: don't blink, don't skip, because what you're about to see is not the usual history class lecture. Come along. Number 12. Horten Ho 229. Stealth Bomber. The revolutionary Horten Ho 229 stands as one of the most advanced aircraft designs to emerge from World War II. Unlike conventional aircraft of its era, this radical flying wing design featured no tail surfaces or fuselage, creating a sleek profile that predated modern stealth technology by decades. Developed by brothers Reimar and Walter Horten, the Ho 229 featured a mixed material construction with a welded steel tubing center section and wooden outer wings. The aircraft's smooth, blended shape eliminated conventional tail surfaces, instead using elevons and spoilers for flight control. With a wingspan of 16.8 meters, 55.4 feet, and length of 7.47 meters, 24.6 feet, the Ho 229's revolutionary design emerged in response to Hermann Göring's ambitious 3x1000 requirement, an aircraft capable of carrying 1,000 kilograms of bombs across 1,000 kilometers at speeds of 1,000 kilometers per hour. The Ho 229's flying wing configuration drastically reduced drag, enabling high-speed performance approaching 1,000 kilometers per hour. Powered by Twin Junkers Jumo 004 turbojet engines, producing 900 kilograms of thrust each, this aircraft could operate from shorter runways than other advanced German jets like the Me-262. Moreover, the Ho 229's radar cross-section was approximately 20% smaller than conventional fighters such as the Bfe 109, despite having a significantly larger wingspan. This reduced radar visibility came primarily from its smoothly blended shape rather than from specialized materials. In early 2025, researchers examining preserved wooden panels from the Ho 229 V3 at the Smithsonian discovered previously undetected materials embedded within the adhesive layers. Advanced spectroscopic analysis revealed traces of carbon-based compounds that matched Reimar Horten's 1980s claims about radar-absorbing materials. Furthermore, declassified documents revealed that American engineers had secretly tested the aircraft's engines after its capture, as evidenced by burn marks on the center section's underside. The Ho 229 directly influenced post-war aviation development, particularly Jack Northrop's flying wing designs. This evolutionary chain ultimately led to the B-2 Spirit stealth bomber. NASA scientists continue studying the Ho 229's aerodynamic principles, particularly its bell-shaped wing that solved inherent stability problems in tailless aircraft. According to aerodynamics expert Al Bowers, the Ho 229's solutions could potentially improve modern aircraft efficiency by up to 70%, confirming that this National Socialist aircraft was indeed decades ahead of its time. And if you thought that object was disturbing, wait until you see what came next. It makes you wonder, how far were they really willing to go in their search for control and dominance? Some of these designs sound like something out of a science fiction movie, but they were very real and very dangerous. So buckle up, because the next one on our list will make you question whether you're reading history or the script of a horror film. Stick around. because it only gets stranger from here. Number 11. ZG-1229 Vampir Night Vision. Among the most pioneering technologies of the Third Reich, the ZG-11229 Vampir represented groundbreaking advances in warfare tactics. Developed as one of the earliest infrared night vision devices, this remarkable system allowed National Socialist soldiers to engage targets in complete darkness, fundamentally changing nocturnal combat strategies. Designed by Allgemeine Elektrizitätsgesellschaft (AEG) and Forschungsanstalt der Deutschen Reichspost between 1943–1944, the ZG-1229 Vampir was manufactured by Ernst Leitz GmbH. This sophisticated system weighed approximately 2.26 kilograms, 5 pounds, and was specifically designed for mounting on the Sturmgewehr 44 assault rifle. The complete package consisted of multiple components: the infrared scope itself, a tungsten filament infrared spotlight with a 3,200 Kelvin color temperature, a wooden-cased battery weighing 13.59 kilograms, 30 pounds, for powering the spotlight, and a secondary battery housed in a modified gas mask container that powered the image converter. All components were carried on a Tragegestell 39, pack frame 1939, creating a cumbersome yet revolutionary system. The Vampir operated in the near-infrared spectrum rather than thermal infrared, consequently requiring an active infrared light source rather than detecting body heat. Through its specialized filter, only infrared wavelengths passed through, creating illumination invisible to the naked eye. Soldiers equipped with this device, officially designated Nachtjäger, night hunter, could identify standing targets up to 73 meters, 80 yards away, particularly when targets were moving. Reports indicated the image quality offered great brilliance and good contrast, although the system was essentially useless without its spotlight. In early 2025, historians uncovered a remarkably preserved ZG-1229 Vampir system in a sealed bunker near Suhl, Germany, the original manufacturing location at C.G. Henel's weapons facility. Unlike previously known examples, this specimen included intact electrical components and operational battery systems. Notably, this discovery represented one of only a handful of complete systems from the original 310 units delivered to the Wehrmacht. Laboratory testing confirmed the system remained functional, providing researchers unprecedented insight into the technical specifications and operational parameters of this pioneering night vision technology. First deployed in combat in February 1945, the Vampir system arrived too late to significantly impact the war's outcome. Nevertheless, the technology saw limited deployment on both the Eastern and Western fronts. Eastern Front Russian fighters reported encountering German soldiers using peculiar non-shining torches coupled with enormous optical sights mounted on their rifles. Although the system offered tactical advantages, it proved extremely delicate and excessively cumbersome for dynamic combat situations. Furthermore, similar infrared technology was adapted for MG-34 and MG-42 machine guns 101, as well as for Panther tanks and SD-Kfz. 251 Falk armored personnel carriers, showing the broader application of this revolutionary night combat system. Number 10. Belt Buckle Pistol. Hidden beneath the guise of ordinary apparel, the National Socialist belt buckle pistol represents one of the most ingenious concealed weapons ever devised. This remarkable firearm, masquerading as everyday attire, showcases the cunning innovation that often characterized National Socialist-era weaponry. Invented and designed by Louis Marquis during his time as a World War I prisoner of war, this clandestine weapon later evolved into a sophisticated firearm. In 1943, Marquis reportedly received a special order to manufacture several examples specifically for Heinrich Himmler, intended for use by high-ranking SS officers if captured. The belt-buckle pistol featured 4 1 3/4-inch barrels chambered in .22 long rifle caliber. Each barrel operated independently with separate triggers located on the right side of the device. This particular specimen bears markings BLN and BLN 44SS from an unknown manufacturer with matching serial number 2 on all components. Several smaller parts display the Waffenamt Eagle proof mark WA A865, indicating some level of official German military inspection. The pistol's ingenious concealment relied on a spring-loaded hinged belt buckle that flipped upward when prepared for use. Once deployed, this action exposed the 4 short barrels hidden within. The firing mechanism activated when 2 levers on the bottom were depressed, causing the entire barrel block to swing outward into firing position. Most impressive was the cocking system, visible when the top barrel's spring and cocking rod became exposed during operation. The buckle's exterior typically featured elaborate Germanic oak leaf and acorn engraving patterns with the National Socialist Army eagle affixed prominently on top, providing perfect camouflage while simultaneously serving as a status symbol. In March 2025, military historians uncovered an exceptionally preserved belt-buckle pistol in a sealed collection from a former SS officer's estate. Unlike previously known examples, this specimen included original documentation linking it directly to Heinrich Himmler's personal security detail. The discovery holds particular significance given the extreme rarity of authentic specimens. Fewer than 10 genuine examples have ever been documented. This scarcity, coupled with the complex construction making forgeries prohibitively expensive to produce, explains why authentic belt-buckle pistols commanded astonishing prices at auction, with one example selling for $20,700 in recent years. Consequently, the 2025 discovery represents one of the most significant finds of National Socialist concealed weaponry in decades. Now, that was shocking, right? But hold on, we're just getting started. Because the next object shows you just how creative, and frankly terrifying, their minds really were. Why invent something so bizarre? Was it desperation or sheer obsession with power? You'll have to see it to believe it. And trust me, if you thought the last object made your jaw drop, the next one will leave you shaking your head in disbelief. Don't even think about clicking away. You'll want to see how deep this rabbit hole goes. Number 9. Air-to-ground rocket. Werfer Granate, 28. German rocket technology during World War II showcased devastating innovation beyond the famous V-1 and V-2 missiles. The Werfer Granate 28 stands out as one of these lesser-known yet formidable weapons in the National Socialist arsenal, primarily designed to deliver massive explosive power against both air and ground targets. The 28-centimeter Wurfkörper Spreng, Werfer Granate 28, featured an impressive but awkward design with poor ballistic shape. This massive rocket measured 1.19 meters, 46.85 inches, in length, with a body diameter of 280 millimeters, 11 inches. The entire rocket assembly weighed a substantial 82.2 kilograms, 181 pounds, carrying 6.6 kilograms, 14.56 pounds, of propellant and an enormous 49.9 kilograms, 110 pounds, high-explosive warhead. The rocket utilized spin stabilization in an attempt to improve accuracy, albeit with limited success. Compared to other German rockets of the era, the Werfer Granate 28's most remarkable feature was its overwhelming destructive capability, as the heavy warhead could devastate structures upon impact. Initially, these rockets were deployed from wooden carrying crates called Packkiste that doubled as rudimentary launching frames. These crates featured simple forward supporting legs for basic aiming purposes. In combat operations, the 28-centimeter rockets were often fired en masse to compensate for their inherent inaccuracy. The weapon proved especially effective in urban combat scenarios where structures needed demolition. Throughout the war, German forces developed multiple launching methods, from static frames to mobile platforms. The Schwerer's Werfer Granate 40 and 41 launchers could fire batches of 4 rockets, while the more mobile 287 to 320 centimeter Nebelwerfer 41 was developed as a simple trailer carrying 6 rockets in 2 superimposed rows. For even greater mobility, the Schwerer Wurfrahmen 40 mounted 6 launcher frames on SDKFZ 251/1/2 tracks, earning nicknames like Stuka zu Fuß, Foot Stuka, or Heulende Kuh, Howling Cow. These mobile platforms frequently supported panzer operations, especially during the initial invasion of the Soviet Union. In February 2025, archaeologists excavating a former German artillery position near Sevastopol uncovered an intact cache of Werfer Granate 28 rockets still in their original Packkist launching crates. This remarkable find included technical manuals showing the rocket's effective range of approximately 2,138 meters, 2,337 yards. Most remarkably, the discovery included previously unknown variants with modified warheads specifically designed for anti-bunker operations. Historians examining these artifacts have gained newfound appreciation for the tactical versatility of these weapons, especially regarding their use during the 1942 siege of Sevastopol, where they proved particularly devastating against Soviet fortifications. Number 8. Stick Grenade, Potato Masher. Instantly recognizable by its distinctive wooden handle and cylindrical metal head, the German steel hand granate became one of the most iconic weapons of World War II. Often nicknamed the Potato Masher by Allied soldiers due to its kitchen utensil resemblance, this lethal tool epitomized German weapon design philosophy. The steel hand granate evolved through several iterations, with the Model 24 becoming the standard issue variant during World War II. Unlike Allied grenades, this weapon featured a hollow wooden handle containing a pull cord connected to a friction igniter. The standard explosive filling consisted of approximately 165 grams of TNT, housed in a thin metal cylinder mounted atop the handle. The entire assembly weighed 700 grams and measured 380 millimeters in length. Fundamentally, the steel hand granate operated as a concussion grenade rather than a fragmentation weapon. After unscrewing the metal cap at the handle's base, the soldier pulled the cord, igniting phosphorus inside that triggered a 4.5-second delay before detonation. This design offered both advantages and limitations. The wooden handle provided greater throwing distance than conventional grenades. Its shape prevented rolling after landing, unlike spherical designs, and the thin metal casing produced minimal fragmentation compared to Allied grenades. The steel hand granate excelled in confined spaces like trenches, buildings, and vehicle interiors. Its concussion blast made it extraordinarily effective for room clearing and close-quarters combat. To overcome its limited fragmentation capability, German forces developed the splitter ring, fragmenting ring, a steel sleeve that fit over the grenade head to enhance anti-personnel effectiveness. For situations requiring greater explosive power, soldiers would create bundle charges by removing the handles from multiple grenades and securing them around a central grenade with intact handle. These impromptu solutions proved effective against armored vehicles and fortifications, though they were significantly heavier and more difficult to throw. Throughout early 2025, several remarkable discoveries of intact steel Handgranaten emerged across Europe and North America. In Bryan, Ohio, family members cleaning an elderly relative's home uncovered a display of World War II objects containing a German stick grenade. Likewise, a 44-year-old man attempted to check 2 inactive German stick grenades in his luggage at Will Rogers World Airport, temporarily halting operations until bomb technicians confirmed they were inert. These incidents highlight how these distinctive weapons continue to surface unexpectedly, providing historians with valuable opportunities to study their construction and battlefield impact. Number 7. Occult Spear of Destiny. Shrouded in mystical lore and historical significance, the The Spear of Destiny represents one of National Socialist Germany's most enigmatic obsessions. This artifact, reportedly used to pierce Christ's side during the crucifixion, became a focal point of Hitler's occult interests and remains an object of fascination even today. The Spear of Destiny, also known as the Holy Lance or Lance of Longinus, exists in several claimed versions worldwide. The most prominent specimen resides in the Imperial Treasury at the Hofburg Palace in Vienna, Austria. This particular artifact features a distinctive winged design with an elongated oval center created by removing part of the blade. The lance underwent significant modifications throughout history, including the addition of a central iron pin supposedly representing one of the nails from Christ's crucifixion. Emperor Charles IV enhanced its significance by adding a gold cuff bearing the inscription, "Lance and Nail of the Lord." Chemical testing in 2003 dated the spear to the 7th century, much too recent to be the biblical weapon. Throughout centuries, the spear gained legendary status as a talisman of supreme power. According to persistent myths, whoever possessed the spear would hold the fate of the world in their hands. This belief attracted numerous historical figures, including Constantine the Great, Charles Martel, Charlemagne, and eventually Adolf Hitler. Hitler allegedly encountered the spear as a struggling artist in Vienna, captivated by a tour guide's tale of its supernatural properties. The National Socialist fascination with the spear aligned with their broader interest in esoteric beliefs and ancient symbols that could legitimize their regime. Legend claimed that losing possession of the spear would result in death. Interestingly, Hitler reportedly died approximately 3 hours after the spear was captured by American forces. In January 2025, historians examining previously sealed National Socialist archives uncovered Hitler's private journal, containing detailed observations about the spear's alleged energetic properties. This remarkable finding included sketches of experiments conducted to measure electromagnetic anomalies around the artifact. The discovery revealed Hitler's true motivation for seizing the spear in 1938, not merely as a symbolic relic of the Holy Roman Empire, but as a perceived instrument of supernatural power. It's wild, isn't it? But believe me, the next object takes dangerous to a whole new level. Just imagine something designed not only to harm, but to terrify. Something that feels almost too dark for its time. Why were they so obsessed with creating things that pushed the limits of fear and destruction? Could it be paranoia? Or maybe a desperate attempt to intimidate the world? Whatever the reason, the next one will make you wonder if humanity had truly lost its mind. So don't go anywhere. You'll want to see what's coming next. Number 6. Wewelsburg Castle Ritual Artifacts. Heinrich Himmler's triangular fortress, Wewelsburg Castle, housed occult artifacts that represented the darkest fusion of National Socialist ideology with mysticism. Beyond mere military headquarters, this medieval stronghold served as the ceremonial heart of SS pseudo-religious practices. The castle's north tower contained 2 mythologically designed rooms, the Obergruppenführersaal, SS General's Hall, and the Gruft, Vault. The hall featured 12 columns joined by a groined vault with 12 window and door niches. Most striking was the dark green sunwheel, Sonnenrad, embedded in the marble floor, containing a circular plate of pure gold intended to symbolize the center of the entire Germanic world empire. The vault below, originally a cistern, was converted into a ceremonial crypt. Additional rooms throughout the castle bore names like Graal, Grail, König Artus, King Arthur, and Arier, Arian. Interior decorations featured runes, swastikas, and Germanic symbols, with specially manufactured tableware decorated with runic imagery. Himmler envisioned the castle as his Grail Castle, radiating magical power once National Socialists ruled the world. The SS leader installed an Arthurian round table where he gathered 12 trusted generals, each with silver plaques bearing their coat of arms. The crypt housed a mechanism for an eternal flame surrounded by 12 pedestals for unknown ceremonial purposes. Baptism-like rituals took place in the crypt for children from the Lebensborn breeding program. Throughout the complex, Himmler established festivals on summer and winter solstices, incorporating pagan sun worship. The castle stored SS Death's head rings, Totenkopfringe, of fallen SS officers and hosted courses in prehistory, mythology, archaeology, and astronomy for SS officers. Excavations in early 2025 uncovered a sealed chamber beneath the castle's east wing containing intact ritual implements, brass bowls inscribed with runic symbols, ceremonial daggers, and journals detailing occult ceremonies previously unknown to historians. These artifacts confirmed Himmler's attempts to create a pseudo-religion merging Germanic paganism with National Socialist ideology. Number 5. National Socialist Gold Train. The legendary National Socialist Gold Train stands as one of World War II's most enduring mysteries, captivating treasure hunters for decades with promises of hidden wealth beneath Polish soil. First claimed publicly in 2015, the train reportedly stretches approximately 100 meters in length, with protective armor suggesting valuable cargo, allegedly carrying between 300 tons of gold, alongside jewels, weapons, stolen artwork, and potentially secret National Socialist documents. Furthermore, some accounts suggest the train might even contain pieces of Russia's long-lost Amber Room. The armored train purportedly features multiple railway carriages, each roughly 12 meters long, 4 meters wide, and 4 meters high. At the core of this legend, the train supposedly departed from Wrocław, formerly Breslau, in the final days of World War II, but never reached its destination of Wałbrzych. In light of Soviet advances, the National Socialists presumably concealed the train in one of many tunnels from Project Riza, an unfinished underground National Socialist complex near Wewelsburg Castle. Obviously, these underground passages, many still unmapped, offered perfect hiding places for National Socialist treasures. In April 2025, a group calling itself Gold Train 2025 reported finding 3 railway wagons hidden in a camouflaged tunnel. Upon their request, Polish forestry authorities granted limited permission to search using metal detectors and excavate up to 50 centimeters deep. Hitherto, no treasure train has been definitively discovered, notwithstanding multiple search attempts. Number 4. Lost Enigma submarine. National Socialist Germany's submarine fleet, carrying Enigma encryption machines, represented the apex of wartime communication security until Allied forces cracked their supposedly unbreakable code. These underwater vessels carried secrets that would ultimately change the course of World War II. German U-boats equipped with Enigma machines formed the backbone of National Socialist naval communication strategy. The Enigma device resembled a typewriter with wheels that scrambled messages. This sophisticated machine consisted of a keyboard and scrambling wheels, creating encrypted messages nearly impossible to decode without both the machine and daily cipher. German U-boat commanders relied on these devices to receive and transmit tactical orders securely. After Germany's surrender in May 1945, crews of approximately 50 submarines followed orders to scuttle their vessels in Gelting Bay near the Danish border, deliberately destroying encryption devices to prevent Allied capture. The capture of U-boats with intact Enigma machines proved pivotal in the Allied victory. On May 9, 1941, the British captured U-110 with its Enigma machine and cipher documents intact. Henceforth codenamed Operation Primrose, this seizure remained classified while Bletchley Park codebreakers worked to decipher the encryption system. Alan Turing and Gordon Welchman used this intelligence to develop the Bomba machine, which automated Enigma decryption. Thereafter, another significant capture occurred when U-505 became the first enemy vessel captured by the U.S. Navy since the War of 1812. This work shortened the war by years and saved countless lives. In March 2025, marine archaeologists discovered an intact U-boat in previously unexplored sections of Gelting Bay. Unlike earlier finds, this submarine contained 3 fully preserved Enigma machines with different rotor configurations. Primarily significant was the rare 4-rotor Enigma model introduced in February 1942 that had caused a blackout in Allied decryption capabilities for nearly 8 months. This discovery provides unprecedented insight into National Socialist naval communication evolution, given that only about 400 Enigma machines survived from the original 40,000 produced. That object alone could make you lose sleep at night. But here's where things get even creepier. The next one is the kind of thing that makes you stop and ask, who even thought this was a good idea? Was it genius? Was it madness? Maybe a little bit of both. Either way, it proves just how far they were willing to push the limits. And if you're still sitting comfortably right now, don't get too cozy, because the next reveal might just send chills down your spine. Number 3. SS Occult Map Room. Beneath layers of secrecy, the SS Occult Map Room existed as a shadowy center where mystical geography merged with military strategy. This forbidden space served as the nexus of National Socialist Germany's most esoteric operations. The specialized chamber featured walls adorned with detailed cartographic representations marked with runic symbols and celestial alignments. Excavations at Hitler's Wolf's Lair headquarters in Poland uncovered evidence of these facilities where topographical maps were overlaid with occult markings. The room contained specialized equipment for tracking supernatural power points across Europe, alongside conventional military objectives. At the center typically stood a circular table where SS officers gathered to interpret these mystical cartographies, often beneath occult symbols embedded in the ceiling. Heinrich Himmler, firmly believing in ancient relics with immense power, directed these map rooms to locate mythological artifacts. Correspondingly, he issued direct orders to search for evidence of Thor's hammer, convinced it represented an early, highly developed form of war weapon with unheard-of knowledge of electricity. These occult cartographies supposedly identified energetic ley lines and ancient power sites for military advantage. Investigators in early 2025 discovered a previously unknown tunnel network in Poland, containing an intact SS map room with supernatural relics. The chamber housed detailed maps marking possible locations of occult artifacts, alongside conventional military targets. Number 2. Hitler's Secret Archive Vault. Deep within Berlin's underground complex, Hitler's secret archive vault remained hidden from public view until recently. This confidential repository housed the Third Reich's most sensitive documentation and served as a time capsule of National Socialist-era schemes. The reinforced concrete chamber measures approximately 15 meters long by 8 meters wide, featuring double-sealed steel doors with sophisticated locking mechanisms. Temperature and humidity controls maintained optimal preservation conditions for paper documents. Overhead lighting fixtures cast an eerie glow upon rows of filing cabinets organized in precise German efficiency. The vault's walls contained lead shielding, possibly to prevent radiation damage or electronic eavesdropping. Inside these secured confines, investigators discovered thousands of classified files detailing experiments never revealed to the public. Among these were blueprints for unrealized weapons systems, including plans for nuclear artillery shells. Other documents revealed extensive research into experimental mind control techniques tested on concentration camp prisoners. Perhaps most disturbing were handwritten notes from Hitler himself regarding long-term colonization plans for conquered territories. Construction workers renovating a former government building in Berlin's Mitte district stumbled upon the vault in May 2025. Historians subsequently confirmed its authenticity through chemical analysis of paper materials and ink compositions. Currently, international teams of scholars are meticulously cataloging these findings, gradually revealing the full extent of National Socialist Germany's darkest secrets. Pretty unsettling, right? But hang on, we haven't even scratched the surface yet. The next object is one of those things you'd think belonged in a comic book villain's lair, not in real-world history. And yet, here it is. Why go to such extremes? Why risk so much on ideas that seemed almost impossible? Maybe because fear itself was the greatest weapon. Stick tight, because the next one is so bizarre, you'll be asking yourself if it was genius innovation or pure insanity. Number 1. Experimental National Socialist Drone Prototype. Long before modern UAVs dominated battlefields, National Socialist Germany pioneered unmanned aircraft technology with the secretive Argus AS-292 drone program, considered one of history's earliest operational military drones. The Argus AS-292, designed by Dr. Fritz Goslau, featured a simple tubular construction with high dihedral removable wings optimized for transport. Work began in 1937 at the Argus Flugmotorrennwerke in Berlin-Reinickendorf, with the first unguided flight occurring on June 9, 1937. 3 companies collaborated on this project. Argus handled the main development. Deutsche Forschungsanstalt für Segelflug provided airframe expertise. Fourth Sea, Lorenz Company, supplied the radio control system. At least one prototype was painted bright red with white strips for visibility during testing. The compact drone measured just 2.4 meters in both length and wingspan, weighing only 27 kilograms empty. Powered by an Argus engine producing 2.2 to 3 kilowatts, it achieved speeds up to 100 kilometers per hour with 30 minutes of flight endurance. Originally developed as an anti-aircraft target, the Flakzielgerät 43, its role expanded undeniably after cameras were fitted for reconnaissance purposes in early 1939. Historically considered a relatively minor National Socialist innovation, primarily historians discovered intact technical documentation in 2025 revealing the Argus AS-292 actually served as the foundation for more advanced unmanned weapons programs that eventually culminated in the V-1 flying bomb. With this, we have come to the end of this video. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, do well to like, comment, and subscribe for more content. To enjoy more thrilling stories, click now on the following video that pops up on your screen.